Yeah, someone did have a bad start. I got on my thing, I got to about here after even going through an incident. Hello. I got to about where my cursor is and went through an incident before you messaged me. So we didn't even leave the start line. Right, I'm not going to hang around. What I'm actually... Where's my headphones? If this fails again, someone just tag me on Discord, and then I will hear, so then I know. And away we go. Dr. SD gets a very bad start as through comes the Supras as well as Blade. Blade gets an absolute awesome start on the right hand side as Dr. SD's now gone from second all the way down to fifth. As you come around the corner, Moo gives Dr. SD a very big push on the apex of that corner. We then got Nadia, who's made a great spot going up to... Oh no, there goes Revolt. Around goes Revolt, so I know what happens, but... So as we come round turn one, everyone being a little bit cautious. HK is going around the right hand side of his teammate. Dr. SD is in the middle of the road. Revolt tries to go around Dr. SD, doesn't realise the NSX is actually there. So ends up spinning out because of it. Geordie takes the lead at the moment. That was a little bit silly, yes, but it's one for the Stewards later on. Mo down to 7th, battling with Dr. SD and HK. Mo's got the two Lamborghinis for company at the moment. And there is something else that goes on as well, but I want to try and get at least a lap done as Natty in the NSX makes a great start all the way up to 8th at the moment. Fracas doing well in 10th at the moment. We're going to go forward a couple more spaces as we come to, in my opinion, one of the trickiest corners. No, not quite the corner yet. Internet quality's gone down, so please let me know if it's going to drop. Actually, you know what? Am I still doing what I think I'm doing? No, that's not doing anything. Okay, so I'm not downloading... Okay, cool. I'm not downloading anything, which is why those are just a big blob. So just nothing downloading now that we're coming up to one of the quickest and, in my opinion, trickiest corners of the circuit as we come out to this long straight. This is going to be where SES is going to try and catch up to the back of Geordie. Doesn't use the slipstream as we come into a very, very quick left-right. You can take a lot of inside curb on both of these corners. Does anybody get it wrong going through this sequence of corners? HK just holds off the NSX at the moment. Mo's in 9th, Fracas in 10th. Doesn't look like anybody gets this wrong. Dex is all the way down to 14th at the moment. He's overtaking Key Life for 13th. Let's go further forward. Who's got a penalty? Chaos has got himself a penalty, half second, so probably just gone off the circuit somewhere. Let's come back up front. No, let's definitely come back up front. As SES has caught right up to the back of Geordie. Geordie's now going to have some pressure as SES decide to do Japanese drifting, coming out after the bridge onto this very, very long right-hander. You can take quite a lot of speed through here, but you're going to lose a lot of your tyres, so sometimes it's a little bit better to go a tad slower and use a lot more of the exit to try and preserve in the feature race. Are we still good? We've got Aurak in 3rd, great at the moment from drive from Aurak at the moment. We then got Blade in 4th, doing a fantastic job in that Subaru. Alright, good, it's fine, we've done a lap. I'm happy we've done a lap. Cool beans. So we got Danger just dropped down to 6th position because Dr. S has gone up the inside going into turn 1. Further back we got a whole scrap of cars scrapping for 7th position. We're going to be staying here for just a little bit. I'm going to be keeping an eye on 1st position as Revolt's just coming over the start finish line to finish his opening lap at the moment. HK trying to go up the inside of the Honda NSX. Mo at the moment disappearing. We can call it for a day for now. Okay, where are you? No need to know. I found it. You should have stayed quiet, because I wouldn't have looked then. What did you do? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie me. Well, you didn't collect anybody, so fair play to everybody for missing him, and fair play for trying to not collect anybody else. So, Mo's race is now over. Unless something really bad happens, as Cat's a little bit squiggly coming out of the corner we just left, going further forward. Let's get back up to the battle that we were watching. Let's go further forward, because I see a couple. That was very close on rejoin. It was. Now, Danger going up, trying to go up the inside of Blade. Blade using all the track and a little bit extra to try and maximise the straight line speed. Now, between these two cars, I honestly don't know which is faster. Slipstream is helping Danger at the moment as Blade goes to the left to defend the inside of the next corner, which will then turn into the outside, but Danger just swoops around the outside. It's a great move from Danger as we come through the S section. Now, something I have missed. When did this happen? Let's come back. SES does go up the inside. Oh, it's just simple. It's a simple move of use the slipstream. Let's stay here as we go through the left. Oh, that's where the half-second penalties come in. Geordie's just lifted a bit too late, so Geordie's going to lose out a little bit to SAS. SAS could take off and take victory here in France. Aurac's doing a great and fantastic job in third. Dr. Estes now putting a lot of pressure on the Hyundai driver as we come left. Mind the bump as the bump nearly catches Aurac out. Aurac goes really far and out wide, nearly clips the Uncove barrier on the entrance of the bridge. Now, Aurac seems to have gotten a better exit than Dr. Estes. You can take this corner one of two ways. You can either offset yourself for the first one to set up the second one nicely, or you set yourself up for the first corner and offset yourself for the second. So a lot of this drive back of Danger at the moment. Going further back, we got HK versus Nadi. Apologies if I am pronouncing your name wrong. As he tries to go up the inside, HK goes very wide and tries to carry the speed, which hasn't worked. So the Honda is up ahead in 7th position at the moment, now leading these three drivers. Or two other drivers, excuse me. HK does have a little look going into the final corner. Nothing's going to happen this side. It's all the tyres screaming protest. Coming up to turn one, the Honda doing a fantastic job at defending at the moment. Looks like HK did give a little bit of a bump draft going into turn one. Fracas has gotten a much better exit, a much better corner, closed the gap right up. Can he and does he have a little look? No, he doesn't. HK does have a little look on that Honda, but is offset him. Fracas has gotten a much better exit, uses all the dirt, decides to become a dirt driver instead of a race driver, forces himself off wide because he's got dirt on his tyres. So that's 8th position gone for the next lap or two until these guys start fighting again, which that was very close. There's a little bit of understeer, tried to trail brake then, that doesn't quite work. There's a lot of people cutting the corners here. Let's go further forward. What else is going on? Let's go up here. Let's definitely go up here. Let's stay up here. So, Danger's caught up to the back of Dr. Estes and Aurac. Aurac's gone very wide. It looks like Aurac was going into a different state to try and find that apex. He still couldn't find it. Dr. Estes goes in. So Dr. Estes goes straight up the inside, takes 3rd position back. So he's now back up into the top 3. Considering when he was down to 7th or 8th, it's a great recovery at the moment. Just further behind we got Blade, who's catching back up to Danger. Danger's now going to start potentially looking at defending that 5th position. Dr. Estes opening up the gap just a little bit to Aurak, but let's have a little look up front. How are we doing up front? There goes SES, and there's Geordie. So there's not much going on up there at the moment. Whoa, what's happened to Danger? Oh, just completely misses the apex. Can't quite get the car turned as he almost spins it out as well. Luckily he didn't, so Blade's going to go through and collect 5th position. This has freed up Aurak just a little bit. Please don't tell me. Stream issues? Yeah, stream issues. Is it still good? You guys, is everything alright? I wonder if it's going to come back on its own. Yeah, I see it. Let me just get back to where... It's a bit laggy, but okay. Is it fixed now? No, it's not. I don't know what else to do, to be brutally honest with you. No, it's the PS4 fan we can hear, because my poor ass cannot afford a PS5, and also I need to take it apart, which is another thing on my very long list of things to do over the next 3 or 4 days. Nope, not downloading anything. I've checked that. I will double check again. I shouldn't be downloading anything. Like I said, there's no Z4s to download exhaust pipes, so... Alright, nothing's downloading. I know, it's annoying and sad because I want to do it, I really enjoy doing it, but if I'm going to have issues like this, I don't want to just do like 5-10 minutes of a stream and then have to restart, 5-10 minutes and have to restart, because then trying to sort it out later and trying to sort the channel out so it looks good, it's not going to be any good. So I'm hoping it fixes itself. Hang on. The thing is, so at the moment I'm on wireless because wireless is the only reliable way I can do this. If I switch to cable, I physically cannot stream, because as stupid as it sounds, cable does, yeah, give me direct contact, but because of the way everything's set up down south, at least it can still be radio. I mean, I could give a radio commentary. Do you want me to try a radio commentary until it comes back? So at least something goes on? Actually, can I put a poll up? I don't think I can put a poll up. Right, there's only 4 of you here, so let's have a vote. Radio commentary, or do we try one more time with video? What do you all think? Okay, there's one for radio. Is it back? Oh, yes, it's back. Right, we're carrying on. Right, we're going. So, we got to about this sort of point. I did have a quick look. Right, so we'll stay with it. We're gonna keep going. So, let's get back on. Danger gets a little bit close to Aurak. Slightly misses his braking point. So he's going to have to back, he's had to lift it out of the corner a little bit. This has allowed Blade to get a lot closer. He's come out one of the slowest corners of the track. A very, very hard hairpin-like right-hand turn as we now come up to the left-hand before the bridge. Danger goes really wide now. He's out off on the grass, so he very nearly loses it. Oof. He was at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to kind of do half radio, half video. As we come over the bridge, Danger now up to 5th position. Down to 6th position, excuse me. Blade up to 5th position. Let's go back and have a little look what else is going on. Nadi in the Honda is doing a fantastic job in 7th. HK slightly misses the apex in 8th. Fracas in 9th. Surprised he's not crashed yet, although we've still got 2 more laps. Going further back, we've got Chaos in 10th with Dex in 11th. Mo slowly recovering up into 12th. ALR FM sounds pretty cool, to be honest. Fair enough. We then got Key Life in 13th. Cat in a good position at the moment in 14th. We then got Quack. Something's happened to Quack this previous lap in 15th, and then slowly catching up is Revolt in 16th, going further back up to the front. SES in command at the moment in 1st position. Geordie on the hunt. No. Stop trying to phone me. I'm in the middle of doing something. We then got Dr. Esty in 3rd at the moment. I'm going to multitask just for a second. Right, we'll come back to it. Where's my stream button? That's it. Alright, Dr. Esty in 3rd, and I'm back at it properly for focus. Let's go further forward. Geordie is slowly catching to the back of SAS at the moment. Oh, Geordie's had a moment. A little bit sideways. That's going to cost him just a little bit. Try and find ourselves a little battle. Oh, I think we found one, and we've also found contact between Fracas and HK. Let's go back and have a little look. So HK goes really, really wide into one of the left-handers. Fracas tries to capitalise to go into the same line. Do not mix. Somehow HK does not. So, sorry, I'm trying to multitask again. So, let's go back. So, contact was made between HK and Fracas, so I'm trying to multitask, which I'll do in a moment. So, HK goes back up the inside, Fracas leaves plenty of space. There we go. Leaves plenty of space, so HK goes back through, and again HK can't quite get the apex he's looking for. Does keep us just flash his lights. So I think this might be. He's not going to try and bump draft. HK's going to go for the attack as we come down into the left-right section of the track. Fracas holds the inside line, gets the better line and the better drive. Chaos is now capitalised from HK trying to attack, and here comes Dex. So if HK's not careful, Dex is going to try and take 10th position from one of these guys. So this is a battle for the reverse pole, and he's just done that. Chaos and HK went side by side through the right hand hairpin. Chaos has lost out. Dex is now trying to go up the inside of HK. HK is now losing out positions left, right and centre at the moment. Fracas is going to try and disappear whilst these guys are fighting. Dexter and HK side by side going over the bridge as we're coming up to the next couple of corners. HK's got the inside line. HK goes very, very deep and late on the brakes. Dex gets the switch back. He's now on the outside, going through the second part of the corner. Gets the drive and the better exit. HK's in the middle of the road, kind of trying to half attack, trying to half defend from Chaos. Chaos is taking a slightly tighter line. HK's out wider, although carrying a little bit more momentum. Now HK's defending the inside from Chaos. It feels like he has to. Chaos has gotten the apex and slightly smoother corner, but not quite as quick as HK. HK's got a really good exit. He's become down up to the final corner. HK hit the grass on the inside of the final corner, so it got a little bit sideways. This is going to allow Chaos to try this hook right up onto the back, as Chaos is now sniffing the exhaust pipes and the exhaust fumes. Does have a look to the inside. HK doesn't defend. Chaos is slightly later on the brakes than HK. HK goes a little bit wider. Chaos has gotten the move done though, secured and sealed. So the battle for 10th at the moment is going Chaos's way, not quite HK's. But we're on the final lap of the race. Let's go further forward. Anything happening back here? No, not quite close enough this time around. Anything going on further up ahead? We've got the battle for 4th still going. Aurak still in 4th at the moment, although what's happened to SAS? There's something I've missed. What has happened? Let's go back. We've gone back to the... Oh my god. Alright, so let's go back to SAS, who's in first position. He was in first position when I had last checked. Geordie a lot closer to be coming up to the left just before the bridge. SAS hits the apex, goes over the bump, runs it a little bit wide and smashes into the barrier just before the bridge. So he now drops down to second. Geordie's going to go up to first. SAS has now got big damage on both right front and rear suspension and front bumper damage. Through goes Dr. Esty, and SAS is now going to come over the bridge in third. Is he going to lose out to Aurak? No, Aurak's not quite close enough. Let's go further forward to where we were. So our new leader is Geordie. Geordie's taken the very healthy gap to Dr. Esty, who is now finally, after 5 laps, back up to where he started this race. He's not really going to have much of a chance to hunt down Geordie unless something happens to Geordie. Going further back, SAS is now trying to limit the damage control, and he's got a nearly dead front left tyre. Further back, Aurak going to try and close up and try and gain that third position from SAS. Yeah, that was a hell of an impact. I don't think I've seen quite an impact like that in Tier 4 this season. Yeah, I think it was just a very, very... Let's go a bit further back. What else is going on? I want to keep an eye on these two as well, because Chaos and HK are battling out for the reverse pole of the feature race at the moment. The camera angles are a bit meh on this track in my opinion. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they are terrible. So Chaos is doing a fantastic job at the moment holding off HK. HK's trying everything he can. He's now close enough to look at an attack and look at striking. I don't think he's going to be close enough. Chaos takes... What sort of line was that from Chaos? Chaos takes an awful lot of insight, hits the grass, used the grass to help turn the car, but that's now sent him squiggling and for the road, as Dex has got that all sorts of wrong as well. What's happened to Dex? Something has happened to Dex. Speed unsteered off, kept his foot in it even though he was off the road, so he's now lost all the momentum. So his 9th position is now turned into 11th, now turned into 12th. He might even turn into 13th with his teammate. Is his teammate going to catch up, or is he going to be nice as the corner coming up? I think he's going to be nice. I don't think he's quite close enough. He's not close enough. He did have a look though. Now, through all of that, HK has managed to get ahead of Chaos. So Chaos has now got reverse pole. Mo could potentially be in a position, if these two keep scrapping the way they are, to potentially get a reverse pole position here. He's going to give it a go. Here comes Mo, round the outside, coming up to the hairpin right-hander just before the bridge. Chaos on the inside, Mo on the outside. Chaos uses the inside line, runs it out wide. Mo's got a slightly better run, not quite enough to get alongside though as we go around the left-hander, over the bridge, over the bump. Mo just grazes the barrier, doesn't get any damage or lose any momentum, which is quite lucky, unlike his teammate last lap. Mo having a little look up the inside, can't get it to work at this time, on the brakes, over the bridge. The fade died. Did it really die again? Let's keep going, it's our last lap. Okay, fine, we'll keep going and then I will try and fix something in a minute. So over the bridge, Chaos on the left, Mo on the right as we come out of that right-left chicane as we go around the long right-hander. Mo trying to chase down reverse pole at the moment. Chaos in a very tight line, but here comes Dex. Dex is trying to go around the outside of Mo along this long right-hander. Mo runs it out wide, does block him. Dex has a tiny little bit of contact. Very, very late lunge done by Dex to get 11th position. This is massive for them because this allows Chaos to get right out and away down the hill. Mo trying to find a little bit extra speed to try and get alongside Dex. That's not going to work this time. HK went very, very wide coming out of the final corner. This has now allowed Chaos to have a good run. Chaos is now along side by side with HK, and Chaos just about squeezes 9th position. But let's go back and let's go have a look through the grid. So we got Geordie who's taken victory here. We got Dr. Esty who's taken 2nd position after having a terrible opening lap. SES in 3rd. Aurak holds off 4th against Blade in 5th. Danger in 6th. Maddie in 7th. Fracas comes over the line in 8th. We then got Chaos and HK side by side as we just covered that, and Chaos just about snatches 9th over HK, who gets reverse pole in 10th position. Dex is just about 11th, and just behind him is Mo for 12th. We've got Key Life in 13th. Revolt comes over the line for 14th after having a really, really unlucky and unfortunate accident at the start of the race. We then got Cat in 15th, and coming over the line in last is Quack. So, if you guys want actual live feed, then I might have to go back and do it, or you guys might have to look up the video a little bit later. So there's a sprint. I need the feature. Right. Kind of. It's never been an issue like this before. I mean, it's coming up 5 to 4, so I am just wondering if there's a lot of people now getting home and a lot of people will start trying to use their own internet routers and things like that, so maybe like everything's just becoming slow. It's extremely sunny and it's actually starting to become quite warm out here in the UK, especially on the south coast. So again, maybe the sun's having an issue with bits. I don't know. But I'm downloading the feature race right now, so hopefully we'll get some sort of video picture feedback. If not, we'll have radio ALR. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be a particularly good idea for me to just keep stopping it and keep starting it, because A, I'll have to keep going back, B, it's going to take twice as long, and C, Ross is not going to be happy with me because there's going to be about 25 different videos all on the same race. So I think it's going to have to, I think it might have to be a bit more of a radio style of comm, which is fine. I can run, we can do it, I can run with it. I've also got the live feedback up on my phone, so I'm going to actually listen to it and just keep it quietly in my ear. Yeah, cool. So we'll get going with radio. I'm going to keep, like I said, I'm going to keep the earpiece in my ear. And then, yeah, I'll do it radio. If it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't, I'll just keep going with the radio. I'm trying to listen to see if I can hear the audio. So I'm actually just going to turn it up for just a moment. Okay, so I can hear the cars, so it's not going to actually make any sort of difference. In that case, I'm not going to bother listening to audio, because it's going to feel weird, me saying something and then 3 seconds later me hearing, oh, there it is, it's back. Okay, so let's get cracking. So we got HK in first on the mediums with Chaos, and second on the mediums as well. Fracas in third on the mediums, Nadie in fourth in the Honda on the mediums. There's a lot of mediums runner, Dangers on the mediums, Blade on the hards, Orax on the hards, SCS on the hards, Dr. SD, Geordie, Dex, Moo, Key Life, all on the hards. Revolt is the next medium runner with Cat on the hards and Quack on the hards. So it's actually a very, very mixed grid of hard and medium runners. So away we go. Chaos not deciding to get in the slipstream of HK. Fracas does go straight into the slipstream though. This does let Fracas catch up a little bit, so Fracas could be in a very good spot to grab second position. Going a little bit further back, Aurak has not quite gotten as good of a start as going further forward. Fracas is now under pressure from the NSX, who is on the softer and the medium compounded tyre, although the Honda NSX does go a little bit squiggly on the exits. Nadie tries to get traction and tries to out traction Fracas, is down the inside again. Fracas does leave the space. Danger's now getting stuck into this. Danger's going to potentially try and capitalise here. As going further forward, HK's disappeared. HK is now off on his own. Fracas a little bit closer to home at the moment and is trying to go and battle Droid. Fracas misses the apex completely, has a little bit of a moment himself. So that's going to kill a lot of momentum. Here comes Nadie, who's having a look up the inside, doesn't quite get the car alongside, gets a little bit of a push from Danger. As you can hear my fan turning into the Supra, the turbocharge of a Supra. Nadie goes through for third. Fracas loses out and is down to fourth position at the moment. Danger's chasing him back for fifth. Orax on his own in sixth. We then got Dr. Esty, who's got SAS and Geordie behind him. Let's stay here for just a moment. We've got Moo in 10th at the moment, or Revolt in 11th. Blades all the way down to 16th after having a great opening round. So something's happened to him over this opening lap. I'm not going to go back at the moment because I want to make sure we get as much visual video feed as possible, as the two Subarus are having contact with each other. I think Blade had contact with Quack, I'm not quite sure, but further forward we've got Fracas down. Where is he? Down to 4th at the moment, having a battle with Danger for 5th position. Danger trying to go around the outside, and the second part of the S is after the bridge. We then got Aurak just behind them, and then we got the top 3 of the sprint race all together, glued together. Got a few battles here I want to try and keep an eye on. As we've got Quack and Key Life having a battle. Key Life losing out, 13th position now. He's lost out to Blade, excuse me, for 14th position. Key Life now down to 15th. It's not having a great opening lap at the moment. Going further forward, I have to watch that again. Can't remember how I messed up here. No, fair enough. To be fair, it has been a few weeks. Let's go back to the action though. So Geordie all over the back of the Supra of SES, who's all over the back of Dr. Esty, who is all over the back of Aurak at the moment. So we've got a lovely Hyundai train that consists of Aurak as the conductor. Aurak doesn't hit the apex. It's going to have Dr. Esty to get alongside, as SES has a little look as well, and win 3 wide through there is not a wise move, as Geordie gives SES a very big push up the arse and says, come on, get on with it. So Dr. Esty go through, SES goes through in the same corner. Geordie then finds his way through, as Aurak got pushed by Moo as well. As going further forward, that looked like, Geordie got a little bit of a moment as well, so this is going to allow Aurak straight back through, as Mo's going to have a potential look as well. Geordie defends the inside line from Mo on the outside. Geordie leaves him plenty of space, as we got a very terrible, you know what, I'm going on board, I can't deal with this camera anymore. So Geordie and Mo fighting for the 9th position. Further forward we've got Dr. Esty versus SES versus Aurak. Aurak goes very late lunge and a very late move up the inside. SES is now off onto the gravel, so this is going to kill his race, as he's lost a ton of positions going further back. Aurak's got an absolute lightning exit, overtaking Dr. Esty in a straight line. So Dr. Esty's going to look at slotting in, and here comes the Ferrari of Geordie and Mo in the Supra. Geordie loses out to Moo, who's got the inside. Geordie goes up over the grass, learned his lesson from last time, lifts, so this is going to allow Moo straight up into 8th position. Aurak's still defending from Dr. Esty. Geordie gets a very late lunge up on the inside, and Mo makes it work. Mo sees him, gives him enough space and respect on the inside corner. He could have just flat up shut the door. Further forward, Dr. Esty goes up the inside on the last corner before going over the bridge. So Dr. Esty back up to 6th. I haven't looked at the top 5 once this lap because there's too much going on back here. So Aurak, does he have a look? No, he doesn't look at the end of the bridge. Geordie holds 8th at the moment. Revolt comes in out of nowhere, has another contact moment, and is completely sideways. Holds it this time, so Revolt gets 9th position. Mo's down to 10th. Dexter Pippa's up to 11th. Quack's up to 12th. Key Life's up to 13th. Blade's up to 14th. And SAS is down at the back of the pack, but not by much. Going further forward, Chaos has got himself a 1.5 second penalty. HK leads this race at the moment. Now he goes through into 2nd position, so great opening on a couple of laps from the Honda NSX driver. Chaos is down to 3rd. Fracas is up to, down to 4th, excuse me, and Danger's in 5th position. So top 5 has changed a bit. Who's crashed? Quack's crashed. What's happened? Quack trying to go around the outside of Dex, gets a boot full of power on the curb and just spins it around by himself. So not a great race from Quack at the moment, as he gets himself squared back up and off he goes again. Let's go back to the group that we've been following for the past lap. So Aurak trying to hunt down Dr. Esty in the Lamborghini again. Let's stay with the group for just a little bit. Yeah, there's quite a healthy gap between 6th and 5th at the moment, so the top 5 don't really need to be too worried about the rest of the pack quite now. Geordie on an absolute charge on the hard tyres at the moment. They are a lot better than Aurak, as Aurak gets the let's start fucking again. Aurak gets the corner all sorts of wrong. Geordie goes up the inside of the left-hander at the end of sector 1. So Geordie up to 7th now, chasing down Dr. Esty for 6th position. We've got Aurak and Revolt, the two teammates, together with Mo just holding on to 10th. I say just holding on to 10th. He's actually got a healthy gap. Well, a reasonably healthy gap to Dex in 11th at the moment. He's going to start trying to chase down Revolt, the medium tyre runner, as both Ho and Ice are doing a different strategy, I should say. Aurak feels like he has to defend going into the right-hander before one of the quickest corners on the track, as Revolt gets a lot better stick and work. So Dr. Esty's going to try and slot in behind Geordie, going to try and carry the speed. He's going to try and re-attack going into the left-right S section. Dr. Esty does get ahead, but is now on the outside, so Geordie goes up the inside, gets the movement corner. Excuse me. So Geordie's still up into 6th position. Mo's up into 8th at the moment. The S section, so Mo is making moves going up into 8th position at the moment. Oh, we've lost the feed again. Okay, we're going back to radio. So, Dr. Esty still on the back of Geordie at the moment. Let's go through the rest of the grid. What else can we find? So, back in 15th at the moment, we've got Cat versus Key Life. Cat's on the left-hand side, on the outside for the next corner. You've got Key Life on the right-hand side. Both break about the same sort of time. Key Life got the inside for the right-hander, but then Cat's got the inside for the left. But Key Life does a swooping around the outside, slams the door shut in front of Cat. So Key Life's up to 14th. So, yep, we're back to radio. I've kind of just given up by this point. Going further forward, Aurak misses the apex completely on the second to last corner. Dexter hits it, however, so Dexter might be able to try and catch up a little bit and trying to carry the little bit more speed. Going further forward, Revolt back up to 8th, moved down to 9th, so Move's had a little bit of an incident around the circuit. However, Revolt goes very wide around the final corner, hits the barrier, so this is going to allow Move straight back up the inside, carrying more momentum. This is going to hurt Revolt's chances of pushing forward in this race. Let's go further forward even more. Geordie's managed to open up a sensible gap to Dr. Esty. It's probably about a second, I should imagine. Just guesstimating on the road at the moment. Going further forward than that, let's have a look at the top 5. So we got Danger in 5th, who's following Fracas quite closely in 4th position. Going up to 3rd is Chaos, who's trying to chase down HK, who's in 2nd. It means Nadi, the reserve, I believe it's a reserve driver, is leading this race at the moment in Tier 4 Blue in that Honda NSX. Although Fracas is the only one in the top 5 that's on the hard tyres. So so 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 5th are all on the mediums. They're all going to be quicker at the moment. We're not quite at the crossover point yet. Probably about another half lap or to a lap before we're at the crossover where Fracas is now going to start having the advantage. Danger getting very, very close to the back of Fracas. Fracas getting a slightly better right-hand corner. Like I said, it's one of the quickest corners of the circuit as we come down to the back straight. Fracas is just holding up, got enough of a gap to defend as we come down the back straight. Meanwhile, further up front, HK goes for a very, very late lunge, isn't quite able to make it work, has a little look up the inside, doesn't do it. So Nadi still leads this race. Chaos is sort of a bit in no man's land, holding back just a little bit. HK goes a little bit wider as we go over the bridge, towards the bridge, doesn't make it work though, goes off into the grass. This is going to allow Chaos Fair enough. Chaos capitalizes on HK's mistake as HK goes off and out wide before the bridge. And so Chaos now up to second place. I've just seen a joke on the thing saying ALR radio brought to you by McDonald's Wi-Fi. Very funny. I see the Joker has turned up finally. HK pushing those medium tyres very, very hard. Almost understeered off the circuit, so he's had to lift out of it. Chaos nearly loses it on the final corner, decides to do a little bit of drifting himself. That's cost him a lot of momentum. This is allowed HK to catch right back up, so now Chaos is on the right, HK's on the left. Chaos is now behind, brakes a little bit later, does have the inside as there's a little bit of contact between these two. Nothing drastic, just a little bit of a nudge. Chaos gets back up into second place after taking the inside line on the final corner. HK comes out of the slipstream, darts all the way to the left. Chaos defends the inside, going up into turn 1 as they're now side by side, not quite side by side. Chaos gets a much better turn 1, but HK does look for the switchback. It's a little bit close as Fracas is now getting involved. So Chaos goes wide through turn 2, Fracas goes even wider. HK tries to go swooping around the outside for 3, doesn't make it work. Chaos has the inside line, but HK gets a lot better drive as we come out of 3 going into 4. Chaos has the inside line as HK and Chaos are side by side. HK gets a much better exit compared to Chaos. Chaos has now dropped down to 3rd, although this ain't done as we go around 5 and now into 6, the right-hander, as we come into the second right-hander of 7. HK's just opening up a little bit of a gap at the moment. Chaos trying to catch up, although a lot of the medium tyres are now starting to die, so Fracas, who's on the hards, is now going to start catching. He's now going to start trying to utilise these hard tyres as he's already caught up to the back of Chaos. He's now sniffing exhaust fumes from Chaos, but has a little bit of a moment where his car gets a little bit loose and twitchy, so not going to be able to attack this time. As further back we got the Danger, who's now catching up to the back of Fracas. He doesn't have a look into the very long right-hander before the back straight. So Danger not close enough to really attack, nor is Fracas close enough to attack Chaos, but Chaos is close enough to attack HK. HK all the way to the left of the circuit, now all the way to the right, tries to open up the corner, doesn't get the car turned at all, understeers wide. This has allowed Chaos to take the corner nicely. Oh, very late on switch. Okay, I need to go back and have a look at this again because there's a lot to talk through here. So HK doesn't make the apex of the first S section before the hairpin. Chaos is now on the outside of the corner for the next corner, which is the hairpin. HK's just about left a car gap. Chaos then switches to the inside at the very last moment. Both of these guys brake at the same time, going in way too hot. Chaos is now on the inside for the hairpin, HK's on the outside, but it doesn't make a difference because the pair of them completely understeer and lock up the front. HK's full brakes and full right-hand turning basically makes him drive completely straight off into the grass and smashes into the barrier. Chaos doesn't quite make the corner either, goes off onto the grass, so this promotes Fracas up to 2nd, Danger up to 3rd, Chaos is now down to 4th, and HK's down to 5th with front left suspension and front bumper damage. But this ain't over. Geordie is in 6th position, he's now caught up to the back of this group. So Geordie, the sprint race winner, potentially going to look at trying to have an attack on HK. Is he going to have a look on the inside? He does have a little look, doesn't strike though. Gets his first right duck settled, gets the second corner. HK very loose on the left-hander after the bridge, goes over the curb too much and through goes Geordie, just out tractions HK. So HK's mediums are now starting to perish away. They're about 40% at the front at the moment. HK tries to grab a little bit of extra speed, brakes a little bit later than Geordie, but no luck. Geordie wise to the move, carries the momentum, carries the speed, so Geordie's up to 5th and got it secured. Further up ahead we got Chaos. His front tyres are not looking healthy, so he's probably got one more lap left in them and then he's going to have to come in and pit. He's understeering like mad at the moment. Danger comes in. Danger's the first one to come in. HK is coming in as well. So Dr. SD carries on. Geordie's already caught up to the back of Chaos because Chaos just understeered and has got absolutely no front grip. Geordie blocks the inside line, makes a block move and block pass onto Chaos. So Geordie's now up to third. Let's go through the rest of the grid quickly. Let's make sure nothing else I've missed was going on. We got a quick run through of the grid. We've got Naddy in first, Ruckus in second, Geordie third, Chaos fourth, Dr. SD fifth, SES in sixth, Moo in seventh. We've got Revolt in eighth, Blade in ninth. We then got Aurak in 10th, Key Life in 11th. Danger, who's come out on the soft tyres, is in 12th. I have no idea what strategy you're going to be doing, but I don't think soft tyres was a good option at this point in the race. We then got Cat in 13th, we got Dex in 14th, not having a great lap at the moment. He did a 3:24 a couple of laps ago. We then got HK in 15th, and then we got Quack, who did pit as well. He's gone on to the softs to try and do something different in 16th. You can hear these Pirelli rubbers screaming in protest as we come around one of the quickest corners of the circuit. Both Super drivers in 6th and 7th at the moment. We've got Revolt in 8th, Blade in 9th. Let's try and find a couple of cars that are close together. I think it's going to be Aurak and Key Life in 10th and 11th. They're pretty close at the moment, so let's jump on board with Key Life. Key Life in the Slipstream in the Alfa Romeo versus Aurak in the Hyundai. Key Life does a massive lift. He doesn't want to attack here. That's interesting. Key Life focuses the exit entry of the corner to then focus the exit as we come out towards the hairpin. So Key Life decided not to attack down the back straight. That's interesting. I probably potentially would have, but then again, he's probably not trying to cause himself too much delay. Although he's got be a little bit careful because he's got Danger who's on soft tyres behind him. But those soft tyres aren't going to last too long. They're probably going to last 2 laps, 3 laps at a push. Depends how hard he pushes them through the very long right-hander that we're just coming up to now, going further ahead. What else is going on? Who else is around? Revolt's tyres. I'm just having a look at Revolt's tyres and they are not looking good. Probably to minimise time loss, he's probably better off coming into the pits as he's now struggling to turn the car. Let's go further back. Let's keep around the 10th, 11th and 12th marks. There's going to be a little battle starting to form within the next couple of corners. Geordie comes in. Geordie's the first run on the hard tyres to come in. Chaos has come in as well. Oh no. Oh dear. Key Life. What's going on here? Let's jump on board. Let's jump on board with Danger actually. So coming up to the final corner, it goes Aurak, Key Life, then Danger. Key Life doesn't quite hit the apex. Danger does hit the apex, however, so there's a little bit of a tap on the rear right to Key Life. So Key Life loses out a little bit. He's going to lose out quite a bit of time because of that incident. So Danger carries on. He's on the softest top compound tyre, like I said. Geordie comes out. Geordie comes out on the mediums after 6 laps on the hards. I think that might be Geordie done for the rest of the race for the pit stops. We then got Dex, who comes out, who's still running at the moment on the hard tyres that he started off on. Doesn't think he can make the soft tyres last to the end of the race, but we've just started lap 7 of 13. Let's go a little bit further back. Chaos comes out ahead of HK. So Chaos and HK had a great couple of battles this race already, so these two are glued together again. So we're going to keep an eye on these two. I just want to have a little look elsewhere as well. Aurak and Quack are having themselves a little battle. Quack goes very, very deep into turn 4. Doesn't make it work. Goes understeers off into the grass and promotes Aurak back up to 15th. Now let's stick with Chaos and HK. HK initially was ahead of Chaos. Chaos went lunged up the inside of one. I'm not even going to count the corners now. And so HK got the switch back, got the better traction, is now ahead of Chaos. Chaos is on the hards, HK's on the mediums, so it's going to be advantage HK at the moment. HK's next target is Cat. Cat, who's still running on the old set of hards. They're 7 laps old at the moment. In the slipstream is HK. Cat, does Cat defend? Cat kind of doesn't really show any sort of defence at all. I think Cat just realised it's coming regardless. So Cat makes a corner. HK does a lunge under the brakes, makes it worse, hits his apex. Cat does a left indicator to show Chaos to go on straight on through. So Cat lifts off and brakes early to allow Chaos to go around the outside of Cat at the hairpin. Let's go further forward. Let's go near the front. Nadie's still going on her their medium tyres, excuse me, with on 7 laps. So it's a very, very good tyre management by the Honda driver, with Fracas on the hards in second, not really falling behind. We then got SCS in third, with Dr. Esty in fourth, with Mo sliding his way into 5th position. Revolt a bit further back in 16th on a nearly dead front left medium. We then got Blade in 7th. We got Danger in 8th. Nadia comes into the pits from pole position. I'm expecting pretty much everybody else to. Fracas doesn't. Fracas carries on. So does SES. So does Dr. Esty. So does Mo. Revolt comes in. Danger carries on naturally because he's on the soft tyres that are a couple of laps old. Blade carries on. Else comes into the pits and potentially, here we go, there's the picture feedback, so I can stop talking like I'm on radio too. Let's go back further forward. Let's stay here. Let's stay near Dr. Esty and Mo. So Mo on the hard tyres, Dr. Esty on slightly healthier hard tyres. So it'll be interesting to see through the corners. Dr. Esty's going to have the advantage because he's not driving in the dirty air unlike the Supra behind, but the Supra's going to have the advantage coming up soon as we're coming up to the back straight in a few corners time. So Dr. Esty opening up a little bit of a gap to Mo at the moment. Mo going off into the grass is definitely not going to help him as we come up to, like I keep saying, one of the quickest corners of the circuit. It's going to be advantage to Dr. Esty currently, but Mo and the straight line speed of that Supra is going to be helpful. Let's go a little bit further back. Geordie's on his own in 8th. At the moment, he's managed to undercut Nadi in the NSX for 8th. Who's in 8th at the moment. We then got HK, who's in 9th. We've got Chaos, who's dropped right off the back. Bear in mind, he's on the hard tyres though. We then got Cat, who's still going and a little bit loose. This is not a drifting session, unfortunately, although I'd love to have a little drifting session sometimes. Not many people were interested. So we got Revolt in 12th, and the moment we got Key Life in 13th. We've got Aurak in 14th. Dex, who's come into the pits, come out in 15th position. We've got Quack, who pitted and now out onto the mediums and is going to go into the end to all the mediums. Fracas still kept going. He's now got SAS for company. He's a little bit behind him, not by much though, and the tyre difference is minute. But Fracas has a lot more fuel. So Fracas and STS come in this lap. It's going to be advantage Fracas because of the massive fuel tank in that Lexus. So do these two come into pit this time? We've got Dr. Esty who's managed to continuously open a gap. The views have actually gone up since I went to radio, fair enough. Right, so the top two come in. Other people are looking at the two-stop. Blade's going to keep going. Surprised that Danger still keep going as well. Geordie naturally keeps going. He's done his one and only stop. He's probably got enough tyres to keep going at the... He's at the fastest lap by nearly a second. Wow. So Geordie is on an absolute charge at the moment. No one's going to stop him. It doesn't seem like no one's going to stop him at the moment. Fracas comes out on the mediums in 4th position with quite a healthy gap to SES, who's also on the mediums. Natty in 6th at the moment on the hards. So the Honours drivers race started off fantastically. Now we'll see where they land. So potentially we've got a net race leader here. And he is very, very quickly catching these two, who are one's on softs, one's on hards. And they are both about the same sort of degradation each. 0.7 of a second slower, 0.3 of a second slower. That's quite a massive difference actually. Let's go further forward. Let's stay up here. Let's stay with Danger and let's stay with Blade at the moment, because these two might end up scrapping in a moment. It's nice to see that the Subaru is leading a race, even if it is only going to be for a few short moments. We're going back to radio again since my videoing does not want to seem to work. So down the back straight, Danger looks at the inside, gets a better run over the Subaru of Blade. It doesn't seem like he's got the straight line speed at the moment. Holds the inside line through the little kink. He's now got the outside for the following corner. Blade gives the position up, it looks like. So Danger takes the lead with Blade in 2nd. Geordie's hunting down in 3rd position at the moment. Not hanging around. Not going to be taking any prisoners today. A little bit further back, SES goes up the inside of the S section after the back straight to take 4th position over Fracas in 5th, so he's closed up that gap very, very quickly. Fracas is in a good position of 5th at the moment. Going to try and stay on the back of SES as long as possible. We've got HK decides to go cutting grass on the hairpin as this promotes move up to 6th. Natty's now going to take the inside line just before the bridge for 7th. Excuse me. We now got Dr. Esty and HK together. Dr. Esty's come out on the softs. I did not notice that. So, Dr. Esty's going to be an absolute missile. He's going to want to clear a lot of these cars very, very quickly. Natty's making it difficult for both Lamborghini's drivers to get past. HK's not really playing the team game at the moment. Not really letting his teammate in front. He's blocking his teammate every corner. Natty and HK have a little bit of a coming together as they have touch cars as they go through the long right hand, and Natty's hang out to dry on the outside line. Both Lamborghinis take the inside. HK can't make the apex in the 2nd to last corner. Danger comes in on pit on lap 9 coming off the soft. Blade comes in off the hards on lap 9 with no fuel left, so he's just really stretched the fuel tank of that Subaru. Dr. Esty gets the inside line for the final corner, uses the soft tyres to get through past his teammate. Finally, Dr. Esty is released to go and try and chase down the driver of Mo in 4th position, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm not sure if Dr. Esty is going to be able to make those soft tyres last another 3 or so laps, but we shall see. Going further forward, nothing's going on further forward. It's all behind at the moment. It's all at the back. HK's in 6th. Natty's in 7th, still chasing down HK, not going to give that 6th position up yet. HK struggling to get the Lamborghini to turn in some places, but Natty's on the hard tyres, so they're going to struggle a little bit, but HK's now on the switch over point where the hard tyres are going to start being more beneficial. HK's pushing that Lamborghini to the absolute limit, really, really pushing in every corner. Probably pushing too much. Probably just a tad too much if I come to think of it. So further back, Revolt has got a good run over the NSX. Revolt is on the soft tyres. They're about halfway through their life. Natty in the Honda is on the mediums, hards that are still actually relatively fresh. Going further back, what's happened is we got Chaos off the road. So Chaos was in 9th position. He's on the hard tyres. We got Danger behind it on a fresh set of softs in 10th. Chaos turns in for the left-hander, loses the rear end, lights up the rear end, then gets assisted by Danger off the track. So Danger's had a second coming together with a driver. Key Life capitalises on the pair of them, takes the inside line from Danger to take 9th position away from Danger. Key Life on the medium tyres versus a fresh set of softs on Danger, so this could actually be quite a close battle. Danger gets a lot better of an exit, but remember Key Life's in that Alfa Romeo, who's surprisingly got good top speed compared to the Renault of Danger. Key Life into the slipstream. Is Key Life going to attack coming into the S section? No, he's not. He's going to lift a little bit early. He has a little bit of a slide going through because he's touched the grass. This allows Blade back up into 10th as he's on the soft tyres as well. So Key Life down to 11th, Chaos down to 12th. He's lost 3 positions because of that mistake. Going further back, we've got Aurak in 13th. We've got Dex in 14th with a 1 second penalty, probably ignoring track limits as the norm is probably the normal for him, to be brutally honest. We then got Cat in 15th. We then got Quack in 16th, but Geordie is unchallenged at the moment with just over 3 laps to go. And the monster gap to SAS, who's in 2nd position. We then got Fracas, a couple of seconds behind in 3rd. We got Dr. Esty in 4th, who's managed to get past Moo, who's now in 5th, but Dr. Esty's on the soft tyres, moves it on the mediums. Behind them we got HK and Revolt in 6th and 7th, we got Nadie in 8th, Danger in 9th, Blade in 10th, Key Life in 11th, Chaos in 12th, with Aurak in 13th. We then got Dex in 14th, and then we got Cat and Quack in 15th and 16th respectively. Going further forward, I want to HK's come back into the pits on lap 11, just on the end of 10 start of lap 11. HK's come back into the pits. This is going to push him out of the points. Surely he's got to be putting a set of softs on and probably going for fastest lap. He's putting some fuel in as well. He's putting about 10% of fuel in. Yeah, he's come out on the softs in 13th. I don't think that's a good idea. But anyway, let's go further forward. So this promotes Key Life up to 10th. So Key Life's now in top 10 and in the points. Let's find ourselves a battle. Let's go through the grid. It's probably going to be for 4th at the moment. Look, the battle for 4th I think is going to be the closest. So, battle for 4th consists of Moo in 5th, chasing down Dr. Esty in 4th. Moo's got the medium tyres and Dr. Esty's on the softs. Lamborghini versus Supra. So Dr. Esty's going to have the advantage through the corners because, like I said before, if he doesn't go off onto the grass, so Dr. Esty understeers off wide and goes off onto the grass. So Moo's now got an advantage because he's now got momentum and clean tyres. He's also now close, very, very close, definitely in the slipstream, now along side by side going down the back straight. Moo's on the right, Dr. Esty's on the left. Dr. Esty's now behind Moo, slotted into the slipstream, going to trucks in the apex. There's no slides. Dr. Esty now at the disadvantage because he's now in the dirty air of Moo, and also he's on the soft tyres, which is now going to be starting to suffer. They're about 55% on the front left compared to Moo's, who are about 80 or 90%. But Dr. Esty's not going to give up yet. Moo has a fantastic exit as we go over the bridge. We've got the right left sequence coming up in just a moment. Dr. Esty is very, very quick through the right, has to brake again, slow the car right down to try and not have a collision with the Supra driver of Moo. Both drivers using all the track as we go around this long right-hander. Dr. Esty does have a couple of little lifts to try and preserve a little bit of the tyre, try and keep the line nice and tight. It does catch up a lot on Moo on the brakes, but Moo has a lot better corner speed at the moment. Let's come back and check on them in a minute as Revolt has got a 2-second penalty and a lot of damage. How does that happen? Oh dear. Okay, that's a bit unfair. So as we go over the bridge, we've got the same right-left sequence as we've seen time and time again. So Revolt does cut a little bit of the corner actually on the right, uses a bit more of the AstroTurf, hits the curb on the left-hander, it goes very wide, understeers and then hits the barrier and gets a 2-second penalty for going over the white line on the right-hander. On top of that, his front left tyre is dead. With 2 laps to go and a 2-second penalty. This is going to cost Revolt massively. So Nadi goes through for 6th position. Danger gets a lot better sequence of corners and goes up through for 7th. Through goes Blade for 8th. Revolt's now down to 9th. Key Life goes through for 10th, from 10th up to 9th. Revolt's now down to 10th. He's got to a pit. Surely you cannot do 2 more laps on this condition. Oh, he does hit the white line. He does hit the pit entry white line. So he's going to probably get a 3-second time penalty for that as well. So Chaos was 11th, now 10th. Aurak now was 12th, now 11th. This can promote HK up to 12th, and he's still got 2 more cars to get through to get even a top 10 finish. Dex is now in 11th. Revolt comes out in 14th, and like I thought and suspected, has a 3-second penalty on top of the 2-second penalty he had a little bit ago, on top of the damage and the pit stop. So that's not a great way to end his good race at the moment. Going further forward, we got Blade. Oh, there we go. Feeds back. So stop talking like we're on radio and I can start talking like we're commentating. So Blade in 8th position at the moment. We've got good set of timers. Danger's chasing down Nadi for 6th at the moment. Is he close enough for a move? No, he is getting closer and closer and closer every corner. Nadi doing everything they can. The Honda goes very, very early apex, tries to carry the speed. Danger tries to get a straighter line. It's kind of worked. If he hops in the slipstream, there we go. If you hop straight in the slipstream, you'll probably be a little bit closer than you are. Are we going to see an attack towards this left-right section? No, we're not. He brakes a little bit early and tries to look at the exit speed, which has worked. It's getting closer and closer and closer as we come up to the hairpin. The Honda goes very, very tight and very defensive. Danger looks for a straighter and exit and looks for the switchback. But Honda comes across, does leave space, but it's very, very tight. It's going to have a compromised exit compared to Danger, who's got a lot straighter and a lot nicer exit as we go over the bump. No one's been dislodged by that bump yet. Come over the bridge. Danger on the left, the Honda on the right. Honda defends the inside, brakes nicely. It's not going to be compromised for the left, unlike Danger, who's opened up the corner. Both drivers keeping this long right-hander extremely tight. If one of them opened it up just a little bit, because the dirty airs just cost Danger a little bit too much, because here comes Blade. Blade's going to try and have a little look around the outside, not going to make it work. Is he going to look for the straight? He is. He's going to get a lot better exit. He's going to get a lot more traction compared to Danger. So Danger is now in danger from being overtaken by Blade. Blade backs out of it just a little bit as we come on to the final lap, going further forward. Dr. Esty trying to chase down Mo, not able to work. Dr. Esty's tyres are now pretty much hit the cliff. So let's stay with these guys. Let's go back a couple of seconds because I looked at the rest of the grid. So Danger gets a really good final corner. As we're now side by side going into turn 1. The Honda brakes very late, but it's gone very wide. Off onto the grass goes the Honda. So through goes the Subaru and the Renault of Danger and Blade. Honda's now down to 8th. Here comes Key Life though. Key Life capitalising on a mistake that Nadi made going into turn 1. So Key Life's now up to 8th. With HK now up to 10th because... how did he get 10th? So Aurak and Chaos must have had a collision somewhere on that previous lap because they're 5 seconds slower than HK on that previous lap. So here comes Dex. Dex is going to try and look at 12th position here. Chaos defends the inside. Dex not able to really make anything out of this at the moment. Let's go further forward. Let's try and stay here because this is going to be an interesting fight, because Danger and Blade's tyres are pretty much hitting the cliff. Key Life might be able to try and capitalise. We've got a yellow flag. Why is there a yellow flag? It's Dr. Esty. He's around. What's happened to Dr. Esty? Going up the hill, round the right hand corner. His rear left is pretty much given up. It has given up. So Dr. Esty's lap is now going to be very, very long, as he's going to struggle with the rear left, as he's going to struggle to keep control, as he's whacked into the wall. Not a great rejoin, a really unsafe rejoin, as he hits Key Life as well. So this has ruined Key Life's races. Dr. Esty's basically pulled the handbrake from the looks of things. He's not even making the second corner either. So Dr. Esty's race is now ruined. Key Life's race is now ruined because Dr. Esty didn't rejoin in a safe manner, in my opinion, and also came across. So Key Life's chances for 6th are ruined unless one of these two drivers have a colossal mistake. As Dr. Esty lets his teammate through, and as soon as he touches the brakes, the rear just takes over. Dr. Esty's going to have a very, very painful and long lap ahead of him. Alright, so let's go back further forward. Let's touch on these two. George, absolute phenomenal race. It's been arguably the quickest car the entire time, but not quite quick on a one lap. I've got one lap on this race, as that belongs to SES at the moment, who's starting to catch up to Geordie, but I don't think it matters. If there was one more lap, it would be a fight for the lead. But unfortunately, it's not one more lap, it's the final lap. Or as Geordie hits the wall, so does SES, trying to carry the momentum. So this is going to allow Geordie to take victory. Excuse me, here in France, as Geordie gets another back-to-back victory. SES is in second. Fracas comes around the final corner for what I think is his best result of the entire season. Third position here at France. We then got Moo in 4th. Over the line he comes. Danger just about holds on to 5th at the moment. Not just about, there's actually quite a sensible amount of space. So Danger comes around up to takes 5th position here. Blade gets 6th. Key Life gets 7th. Nadi gets 8th. HK comes around the final corner, no contact with the wall, gets 9th position. I thought he wasn't going to get the top 10, I was wrong. Chaos gets 10th. We then got Aurak, just loses out, doesn't quite get Chaos for 11th. Dex gets 12th, doesn't quite get 11th, as those three finished very, very close together. Revolt gets 13th. We then got Cat coming down the final couple of hills with one very, very dead front left tyre. Dead front left soft tyre, excuse me. Just about manages to get around the final corner. Down the start finish line, Cat gets 14th. Dr. Esty still drifting, turned off the traction control and just spinning up the rear wheels because he can. He doesn't care anymore. He knows it's over and done with. Quack gets 15th after overtaking Dr. Esty, who has got absolutely no grip left on the rear tyres of that Lamborghini at all. And over the line he comes, and it's taken him 4 minutes and 33 seconds to get around that lap. So there we have it. I know half of it's been radio ALR, but we've made it work. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The feature race, half radio version, half broadcast version. I hope everybody has enjoyed the radio version. I'm not going to lie to you, commentating Radio Star was not easy, especially when so much happens, but I will try and get this all fixed and sorted. I hope everyone's had fun, and we'll see you soon.